Entering our final segment, Chris, what's one piece of advice you'd give to new cannabis brands looking to build consumer trust through testing and transparency?
You know, I think ultimately smart brands invest in quality. All right, it takes one recall to really damage the brand. So I think in an environment where brands are licensing their IP across multiple states to all different operators, we see historically a lot of the times the first place they cut is in quality and compliance. So being able to add that kind of value to the customer, a lot of times we'll offer customers free environmental screens every quarter, right? We'll come out, we'll plate, we'll swab the facility, we'll take air plates. And, again, the smart brands are going to, really focus on quality, because if you're in this for the long haul, that's really what the consumer is looking for, safe, quality product.
For sure.
For sure.
How can consumers ensure that the CBD or THC products they are purchasing are safe and accurately labeled?
So most of the COAs have an option for label claim, where we verify that what's in the product is actually what's stated on the label. So we do that. A lot of states we do that at complimentary for our customers. I think it's just a value add. But I think ultimately customers need to educate themselves on the labs that are out there. Everybody hears about Quest and LabCorp, so these labs, right? They're just not in our space, and there's really less than a handful of guys that pretty much dominate our space. So it's not hard to get the list of the top 4 or 5 labs and use that as guardrails as you're consuming and purchasing product.
What's stopping a company like Quest or LabCorp getting into it?
I think it's the federal aspect of it, right? I think a lot of them still have government contracts and federal funding to some degree, and just kind of like universities, right? They put a lot of federal funding at risk when they start dabbling in the cannabis space, because we still quote unquote are federally, illegal. So I think that's what's stopping them from getting into our space, for sure.
Got it. So, Chris, where can people learn more about Kaycha Labs and the services you offer to the cannabis community?
So you can visit us at www.kaychalabs.com, KAYCHALABS. We have an entire page on technology and what we're doing with technology. We have an entire page on testing and kind of how we approach samples, and we can be reached through sales@kaychalabs.com if you have any questions specific to a product. So we're happy to help, and feel free to reach out.
That's great.
And Chris, we just wanted to thank you with a bottle of bourbon from Horse Soldier.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is a great brand, Horse Soldier. Their story is amazing. They're retired military guys that put this bourbon brand together. For anybody that wants to check them out, go to horsesoldierbourbon.com. They're not a sponsor yet. Maybe in the future they will be, but we really like the bourbon and the story, so we hope you enjoy it, and we really, really appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, of course. And to everyone watching, if you found value in this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep pushing the boundaries of the cannabis industry. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.